Hello, YouTube. Welcome to my Friday Facebook Live Friday YouTube Live on a Saturday. I was feeling under the weather yesterday and all day Thursday, so I had to postpone yesterday's YouTube Live to today. I'm so happy to be here, though. I am feeling much better, and this is the card we're making today. I am super excited about this one. This one uses free Sale-A-Bration product, the beautifully happy photopolymer stamp set. We're going to get into our project in just a minute. Before we do, we have a giveaway. So last week, for commenting on my YouTube Live, I am giving away the polished dots, and I put all the commenters' names into the random wheel. And here is the results, the winner. Congratulations, Mary Hegg. I think I'm saying your last name right, Mary Hegg. If you send me an email to sassypapercrafts@gmail.com with your address, I will get these sent out to you. And for this week's giveaway, I am thinking spring. I am sick of winter. I know it's only February. We have a long way to go here in Michigan, but I wanted to give away something that reminds me of spring. This is the Wonderful World 6x6 DSP sampler. This is actually from last Sale-A-Bration, but it has these gorgeous flowers on one side of the paper and then these pretty prints on the other. Reminds me of spring. Love the colors in it. So if you would like to win the Wonderful World 6x6 Designer Series paper sampler, simply leave a comment on this video. I will be drawing a winner for that next Friday. I know it's usually a week. I will be live again next Friday. I'm going to try to do Fridays and not be sick anymore. All right, let's get into our card. So this one is actually quite simple. It looks really detailed. It looks really complicated, but that's because the beautifully happy stamp set is a two-step stamp set. Now, what two-step stamping is taking two stamps and making one image. So you have your outline here and then your inside fill in pieces. And I'm going to show you exactly how to use this. I've also pulled the Inspired Thoughts stamp set because I wanted to make this a wedding / anniversary card. So the outside says thinking of you on your special day. And then the inside says congratulations. You could make that for any kind of congratulatory occasion, but I liked it. I thought it'd be a nice anniversary card, honestly, but these were kind of our wedding colors, so it could be a wedding card too. So I'm just going to set that aside, and we're going to get to stamping first. So what you're going to need is the outline stamp, and then your inside stamps. And there's a bunch of other little stamps in here. We're going to be using most of these stamps here today. This stamp set is free with a $100 purchase in my online store. So I have all the measurements and everything on my blog. If you click the link in the description of this video, it will take you to the blog post, has all the measurements and all the supplies I've used here today. So let's get some blocks. I'm going to grab an E-block. My E-block, I think I need to get a new one. It's kind of foggy. I've cleaned it 1,000 times, but still kind of foggy. Have an E-block for that big image there. Then we're just going to grab a couple of D-blocks for our fill-in images. Sorry, my comments just went away. If you're watching, feel free to leave a comment. We can chat. I'm using 3 ink colors today: Poppy Parade, Parakeet Party, and Daffodil Delight. You may notice, if you're super keen eye, I did try Granny Apple Green in there. I didn't really care for it, so we're going to do Parakeet Party throughout the whole thing. So the first thing you want to do is ink up your outline, and I'm using the Memento Tuxedo Black ink pad here, and I'm just this is quite a large stamp, so I'm taking the ink pad directly to the stamp and just inking that up, making sure I'm not missing any spots. Good and inked. And then I'm putting it on my piece of the basic white. Like I said, all the measurements are in that blog post. I'm kind of going a little bit at an angle. I'm not doing it like straight up and down. I'm not pushing too hard either, just making sure there's pressure throughout the whole stamp. Perfect. I'm going to set that aside. And then we're going to take our Poppy Parade. And this one here, you can see it's got the flower on it. Before I put any ink on it, though, I just kind of want to line it up and see how it goes. It goes like that. So that way I don't have it upside down or some kind of funny way and then have to figure it out while there's ink on it. I'm going to move that to the side so I can place it as perfectly as possible. That is the great thing about these photopolymer stamps. I think I might have gotten a little bit off, but you know what? I'm actually okay with it. It gives it kind of a watercolor look. Christy says, hi, Sarah. I hope you're feeling better. I'm feeling much, much, much better. So now I'm going to grab some Parakeet Party. Put that up there. And the leaves, little fill-in stamp. I don't even know what you really call these. I call them little fill-in ones. And I should have, well, that will work out. I should have lined it up before I inked it, but I didn't, but it's okay. I'm going to go just like that. And normally I have my head right over it. So I didn't want to get my head in the camera, but hey, that one worked out great. So then we need, let's see, these little guys here. You can tell which ones are the fill-in ones because they're kind of shaded on the images, and these are obviously the outlines. So I'm going to grab another block. This is a C block, and we're going to do Parakeet Party again. I need more room. You know, I really need like a little tiny desk next to my desk. So when I'm done with things, I can put it over there. I'll line this one up as best I can. That looks good. Perfect. And then, so obviously I got my Poppy Parade off little tiny bit, but for the bumblebee, which I have to get out in a second, let me just clean up some of these stamps. For the bumblebee, we're going to be using a blender pen to color because there isn't, that I noticed, I don't know, there's 17 stamps in this set. I didn't notice one to fill in the bumblebee, so I'm just going to use a blender pen. We can actually take the blender pen and I will show you, if you kind of go outside the lines a little bit, how to fill that in with the blender pen. Let me just get these stamps that we've already used and are done with out of the way, and then we can use the rest of them because there's more. And this is such a cool stamp set, I think, for free. Like, it's really versatile. Like, you get all the sentiments in there. You can make so many different cards with just this one set. So now I need this little tiny dot piece. It's super small. I don't even think you could probably see that. I'm going to grab an A block for that and hopefully not lose it. And that is where the Daffodil Delight will come in. I also need, there's this little tiny bumblebee. I need him. Where is he? There he is, up there. Grab a B block for that. And then we need these splatters. I'm going to grab a C block. So now I'm going to take the Daffodil Delight and this little tiny center, ink that up right in there. And then I have my blender pen. So the cool thing about a blender pen is it's basically like a Stampin' Write marker to me, except you can color with any color. You don't need 100 of them. You see there's different colors on there. I'm going to take my Poppy Parade first. I'm just picking up a little bit of ink, and I'm just going to fill in this white spot where I kind of messed it up a little. And you don't need a ton. Just that little swipe pretty much filled in everything. And we're going to go around here, just around the little spots I missed. I was only off a little bit, but you know, it's a handmade card. So now to clean my blender pen, I'm just going to run it on my grid paper until it goes clear like that. So now nothing's coming out. So I'm not done with Poppy Parade yet, but I keep having this feeling like I'm going to put my hand in it. Hello, Anna. She said, lovely card, like the colors. I'm going to take the Daffodil Delight again. Well, actually, I have to stamp the B first. Jeez Louise. I'm going to take the B and take my Memento ink. I'm just going to take that B I'm just going to stamp them right up there. Now I'm going to take my Daffodil Delight and just get in the corner of my ink pad and just fill in this little bee body. And then clean my blender pen. And now as that dries, that will lighten up a bit. You can see on our sample card, it lightened up quite a bit. That's still pretty dark. Just takes a minute for the ink to dry. Now we're done with Daffodil Delight. I'm going to get that out of the way before, again, like I want to keep putting my hands in stuff. We're going to use the little splatter stamp here with Poppy Parade first. I'm going to ink that up. And what I'm going to do, there's no hair on there, is I'm just going to stamp kind of randomly around the flower a couple of times. And turn the stamp, have it go all kinds of ways. And now when I do that and I go off, I want to ink it up and stamp onto my grid paper just so that ink is kind of even. Just stamping around. Now we're not quite done with Poppy Parade. We still have to do our sentiments, but I'm going to clean my stamp off in between. And we're going to go into that Parakeet Party, which is such a bright, vibrant green, like so bright. Love it. And that's why I kind of went with this one over the Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple Green is a bright green, but this Parakeet Party one is just so much more vibrant. Like I said, I'm just going to ink up and stamp, kind of go all around. Maybe turn my stamp a little, go over here. It's okay to overlap. That looks good to me. Now we're done with Parakeet Party. We still need out our Poppy Parade. I'm going to clean off the stamps one more time. This stamp and scrub is so convenient to have because you can just clean and go. And for the inside, I did do, I think, let me see. Did I? I did. I did the small flower on the inside. So we're going to do that one too. So this card does require a lot of stamping, but pretty much all one stamp set. So I'm going to grab the outline here, the inside part, and then this part. These little shadowy petals here. We need the A block for that again. And we'll do the inside of our card. Christy said, beautiful. So I have a piece of basic white that's 5 1/4 by 4. Again, all the measurements are on my blog. We're going to ink up our outline again in the tuxedo black. And I'm just going to stamp it here in the corner. Then we can take the Poppy Parade again. I want to make sure I have this lined up the right way. This one especially because it kind of matches both ways. But there, see, that way it's perfect. The other way looked like it went, but it really didn't. I'm just going to ink that up. Hope you can see that. I think I'm off again just a little bit. I am. I'm not even going to fix that one this time. And we're not done with our Parakeet Party because I want to do this little one that lines up down here in Parakeet Party. And then I'm going to grab the blender pen again, I think, to do the middle part of the flower. There is a stamp that coordinates with that, but I'm just going to use the blender pen because it's quicker. I'll clean off my blender pen. There. So now we have to stamp our sentiment. So for that, I have the Inspired Thoughts stamp set. I have too much going on. So this stamp set has tons of great sentiments in it. We're going to be using the Thinking of You on Your Special Day and Congratulations. And my congratulations, I will tell you in advance, is a little wonky. sometimes I have a hard time with these smaller stamps putting on the labels, so my label's kind of off a little bit. So what I do is I just line up the stamp on my grid paper and then pick it up with my block. So it's crooked on my block. It looks crooked. It's actually straight. Then we're going to take our Poppy Parade, ink up our congratulations. I like to line this up with my grid paper. Right in the center. Little wonky, works for me. Oh, don't want to put that away yet. We have to do our outside sentiment on our little piece of basic white here. Ink that up in Poppy Parade. Perfect. So now stamping is done. All we have left to do is put our card together. I'm going to clean these stamps off. Again, super quick. Stamp and scrub. Handiest thing ever. If someone asked me what is the most used tool in my craft room, I would have to say my stamp and scrub. Use it on literally every card I make. I'm going to put these away though, just because I like to put things away when I'm done with them. Otherwise, I lose them and then I get mad and then it's not pretty. So I'm going to put them away. Only takes a second. There. So now we're ready to put our card together. I have this piece that I embossed with the painted texture 3D embossing folder, which is this one here. Now you do need the standard size Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine for this. It does not fit in the mini, but it makes these beautiful textured impressions here. We're going to basically layer everything on that. Now, the part that we stamped on and this piece of Poppy Parade are actually the exact same size. What I'm going to do is kind of offset it. So I'm going to put down, where's my seal? I'm going to put down a little bit of seal right in the middle because I know that's going to get covered up. I'm going to lay down my Poppy Parade without any adhesive on it to see how I want it to go. And then go, see, I don't want it too far off the edge. That looks good. And then I'm going to lay that basically centered right down on top of it like that. Then we can add our seal to the back of that panel. And again, center your stamped panel. So then it's just slightly offset. And it's a little different every single time. So this one might be a little bit more offset than this one, but it's about the same. Then we'll take some seal and add it to our stamped sentiment here and put it on the basic black. Anna says it's her favorite embossing folder. One of mine too. Like, I hope it never goes away. This is one of my favorite. And add some dimensionals just to pop that guy up a little bit. And I kind of wanted it here-ish. I like how that looks. Then we have our basic black card base. I'm just going to grab my embossing folder, just burnish that edge so it stays closed for me. Grab our inside piece. And I always like to put my seal on the outside edges just in case it, bubbles up on you or like folds over itself when you're writing. I hate that when I'm writing and I have some seal in the middle and I go over a little bump or something. I don't like that. So I always use the seal on the outside edges where I know I'm not going to write anything. And then we're going to take some seal on the back of this panel. Just line that up. And to finish the card, I have some, very few, matte black dots left. Don't worry, I have a new pack. I'm going to grab my Take Your Pick tool and the paper piercing. And now these do come in 2 sizes. As you can see, I only have one left. So I'm just going to use the same size. You can switch it up and use 2 different sizes. You can use a completely different embellishment entirely, whatever you have. but I really like how those matte black dots look on this card. And that is our card today, friends. So, whoops, that's our card. Super simple. One stamp set pretty much. I mean, if you wanted to use, where'd my stamp set go? If you wanted to use a thank you, happy birthday, you could make this into any card you wanted and just use one stamp set for the whole card. I decided to pull in the inspired thoughts just to make it into the type of card I wanted. But this is a very versatile stamp set. So if you are going to place an order, you'll get this free with a $100 order during Sale-A-Bration, which ends February 28th. So you have a little bit more than a week left. I think 10 days left. And if you do place an order, be sure to use the host code to get my monthly freebies from me. You get 4 free card tutorials with every order. This month, you'll get a pack of red rhinestones with a $50 order and Sale-A-Bration products. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel to see all my lives on usually Fridays. I know today's Saturday, but usually Fridays. I post a new video every Monday. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this card. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.